Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 57 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
Spot on. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week. It's been a fun week. For anyone new here, we do these live streams every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. We do them for a few reasons. The main one is to make sure we're staying in tune with you guys, answering your questions, and then also using our own product every single week. So we go through everything you guys go through when you go live, which helps us make sure that we're on track and making the best product possible. And then we always mention our three pillars at the beginning of these streams, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I see some new names and some familiar faces. GSHL, you're a familiar one. Thanks for hanging out. Trucker, you might be new. Paid a full year up front. Hope to help build this platform. We definitely appreciate that. Carolina Chris, another new one. Thanks for tuning in. Recording. Nice to see you here. We have a few questions for you guys tonight. And then if you guys have any topics you really want to make sure we cover, make sure you let us know, and we'll do our best to touch on them. First thing I wanted to mention is StreamYard Connect is this week on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. With Ross Brand. That's a great show where Ross updates basically on everything that's going on with live streaming. So make sure you tune into that. It'll be live on our Facebook page and Ross's LinkedIn and a few other social channels. So you'll probably, whatever you're on, you'll probably see a notification pop up and see that Ross is live. Also wanted to mention that I'll be at Social Media Marketing World this year, which I'm really excited about because there's lots of awesome people that it feels like I know them intimately, but we've never actually met in person. Over the course of the last year that StreamYard's been around, I've met lots of awesome people that I know will be at Social Media Marketing World. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if if any of you will be there, make sure you shoot me a message because I'd love to meet you and chat with you. That would be a whole lot of fun. Let's see if we got any question or comments here. Steve Taylor, thanks for joining us. Part of the NYT read along. Nice. Yeah, I've caught that before. Richard, thanks for hanging out. 3D printing llama, always here. Thanks for your support. Dale, nice to see you here. One thing I wanted to mention is we now officially have sticky banners. So Dave, if you're watching, I'm sure you'll be very happy about that. And for anyone that doesn't know what that is, now if you have a banner showing like I do now, and you go over to the comment section and select a comment to show. It used to be if you were to hide this comment, the banner would be gone. But now if you hide the comment, it's still there until you actually deselect the banner. So not exactly a groundbreaking change, but it's something that was very important to people. So we're happy to add it. And it's kind of cool that we actually decided to add it based on a poll we did in the StreamYard community group on Facebook. So if you want to be active in sort of being part of how we decide things, make sure you join that group. You can just find it on Facebook if you just type in the search bar up there, StreamYard community, and it should pop right up. But yeah, we did a poll. I was surprised by the results. I thought it would be more divided, but it was almost entirely people wanting the sticky banner option. So we're happy to make that addition.
Very subtle, but like we've said a few times, it's the little things, right? It's the little things that count. I didn't know if I'd be a fan of it personally. But then as soon as we added it, I prefer it. I like it.
Michael says, great to see you guys on Oscar night. I didn't actually know it was the Oscars tonight. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Last week there was the Super Bowl?
Yeah, last week was the Super Bowl.
No, we just...
0 for 2.
Yeah.
I think the last Oscars I saw was the one with James Franco that everyone was freaking out about because it was just a really strange Oscars where they both were somewhat out of it. It was him and... I don't remember the lady he was presenting with, but that was the last one I saw.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
I think that might have been the first and last one I saw, to be fair. Yeah. Andy, glad that you're a fan. Thanks for tuning in. Beauty Bubble thought we were waiting for sticky buns. That would have been exciting as well, but unfortunately not. Doug, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, if you guys have anything you want us to touch on, make sure you let us know. I'm not seeing any questions here. Next thing I wanted to mention is this isn't out yet, right, Dan? It's just something that's going to be coming soon.
Yep.
So pretty soon, we mentioned before, a lot of things have come up, so it's been a bit slow for us to make additions to it. but we're going to continue tweaking the disable audio processing option. And for anyone that doesn't know what that is, in the StreamYard Studio, if you click your settings, let me just confirm. It's changed since when we first added it, so let me just check where it is really quick. If you click the settings and go to the audio section, there's a little checkbox there that says disable audio processing. And you do not want to use that setting if you don't have headphones. But if you do have headphones, it's a great way to improve your audio quality because it basically disables all the extra stuff we have to account for people that aren't wearing headphones. So that's like echo cancellation and noise suppression and other fancy terms that probably aren't too interesting to you. But anyway, the point is it will sound better. So if you have headphones and you use that option, it will sound better. And we actually just made an addition that when you're using that option, we also increase the audio bitrate. And if you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter. The audio will sound even better when you're using that option. Where for the podcasters out there, you send more data when using that option with audio. So that should be a welcome change for many people. One question we had for you guys, because we're doing a lot of work these days regarding some, I won't get too specific, but regarding media sharing and whatnot. And I know one thing that comes up a lot is overlays aren't long enough, or just the people wanting the ability to share longer videos. So I'm just curious to get a sort of range of like how long people want it to be. Is right now it's 30 seconds. Would the ideal length for you be anything that's not unlimited? So I know many people might just say unlimited, but if you could pick a number, what do you think the ideal length would be? Is it like a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Like what kind of stuff are you sharing? What would be sort of what sort of would cover 90% of the stuff you do? I'd be curious.
Yeah, and I think there's almost two parts to that too. There's like the intro videos. So how long of an intro video do you need? And then like for those of you, I know there's not too many, but for those of you that upload or screen share much longer videos now, what's the limit on that? So it's almost like two separate answers.
Yeah, I forgot to make that distinction. That's important.
How long do you need for intro videos? And then how long, for those of you that upload or want to use much longer videos and are using screen sharing now, how long would you need for that?
Right.
Two separate things, kind of.
Yeah, because I imagine the intro of the video is not getting too long, but yeah, for screen or for video sharing, it might be longer. Roasters, thanks for tuning in. I've been enjoying Roasters Marketplace green screen videos. He does this cool thing where he basically has overlays that are a certain portion of the screen, and then it makes it look like they're sort of changing behind them. I was a big fan. It's pretty cool. Mumsy tuning in from New Zealand. Awesome. Nice to see you here. Spectrum saying hello from sunny Florida. I haven't seen the sunshine for a while. I wish I was in Florida.
No kidding. It's been raining here for like 2 months straight.
Yeah.
A little bit of snow, mostly rain.
Joker's Nation says, when can we expect to be able to use tick and show panel guest names at the same time? It's not currently on our agenda, but if it's important to people, we might make that addition.
Yeah, so the reason we do that is just because in a lot of layouts, and maybe you can actually just change it really quick here, Gage.
Go back to the old comment?
No, to the other layout, like the one where we're full height.
This one?
Yeah, and a lot of layouts like this one, usually the name tag is like right here. So when the ticker comes, it like covers the name tags. That's why we hide the name tags. But yeah, we might adjust it where in other layouts, like if you flip back now. So in this one, we don't necessarily need to hide it. So yeah, we might adjust it for that. But that's why we do it, is because in a lot of layouts, the ticker covers the name tag and it looks really bad. So we've just hidden it in all layouts.
Seeing lots of people saying 5 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes. Andy also thinks 5 minutes. Dinar said 60 minutes would be a bit. I'm guessing you're not talking about the intro, Dinar. That'd be a pretty long introduction. Irfan says, what about blurry background? I actually saw that come up in the community group. We're open to the idea. We'd still need to have not necessarily, but right now we'd still do it using the green screen option, right, Dan?
So blurry background, is this blurring it, or is it the back?
I think it's like Skype's feature where it's still your actual back. Actually, yeah, never mind. That doesn't make sense. It wouldn't be a green screen. It's Skype's feature where this would be I got a bit confused there. It would be an entirely different feature. But yeah, he's referring to Skype has a feature where your background just gets blurred out.
Oh, like any background?
Yeah.
Like my background would get blurry.
Yes. Yeah.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah. I misspoke there. That has nothing to do with the green screen. It would require probably some more advanced stuff, but it's possible.
It is possible, yeah. It's not our top priority, but that is cool.
Ryan says, I'm a big fan of your videos. That's very kind of you. I certainly appreciate that. George says, good evening, guys. Haven't been able to watch you for a week, so while I moved. Thanks, George. I hope the move went well. It's nice to see you back.
George has always got some good questions, so we missed you, George.
Trucker says, not new, just a silent listener. Well, thanks for speaking up. Michael's a Super Bowl fan. I don't actually. Do you know who won I don't actually know who won. I didn't catch it, but hopefully it was a good game. I didn't hear much. Usually on social media, I feel like after the game's over, I'm constantly hearing people chatter about like the commercials, but I didn't hear. There was no like. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention, but I feel like there's usually some like controversy about a Super Bowl ad, and I don't recall seeing any this time. Chicago says, will there be a way to create direct donations link? We're certainly open to all kinds of ideas like that. I don't think anytime soon, just because most of our users, I feel like, have something set up outside of that where a donation link doesn't really make sense. Like a lot of people have their own website. That's a pretty common thing, is someone will have something they're trying to promote or sell, and they'll basically make a domain for it and mention that domain throughout the broadcast. And then people that want to buy their product or service will go to that domain and do it there. But we're always looking to make things better for people. So who knows? Maybe at some point we would make an addition like that. Let's see here. Popcorn Kit's a new subscriber. Nice to see you here. I like your image there. Oh, thanks, Ross. The Chiefs won. Congratulations to the Chiefs.
Half the audience right now is going, how do you guys not know who won the Super Bowl?
McKay says, will you consider having a global audio processing disabled so I can disable it for my guests? We'll consider it. It seems like a strange. Most of the people that should use the option, I think, would know to use it. So I'd be a bit nervous about people not knowing it worked like that and then having a bad experience because of their guests not having headphones. But let us know. I'd be curious, McKay, how exactly, like, why that's necessary for you. Like, do you have trouble telling people how to find it and whatnot? I'd just be curious. Eddie wants to know what's up with the leaning tree in the background.
It's a good question. No, I got that quite a few years ago. It's actually like a Christmas palm tree. It has Christmas lights on it. And I've had it there. The stand broke a long time ago. It used to stand up normally, and now it's just leaning against the wall. But it's the only real decor in my room.
So Dinar says, yeah, 5 minutes for intros. That's what I thought. Oh, that's what it's called, the bokeh effect. Have you ever heard of the bokeh effect? That's the blurry background thing.
Got it.
Thanks for joining us, Gene. Barb says, where do we stand on the 1920 1080 live streaming option? It's certainly on our list. I know it's important to people. I can't get into too much detail on it, but it's certainly on our minds. It will become higher priority when everyone has access to it on Facebook. Stream Deck, that's another common one. We'll first do hotkeys and then possibly do a direct integration with that. Let's get back to our subjects here. There's a few other things I wanted to ask you guys about. So we covered ideal overlay length. Another thing I wanted to ask was about max simulcasting destinations. So those of you on the professional plan might have noticed that we have like a little note there that's like, we only allow 5 right now. If you need more, let us know and tell us why. We don't actually get that many messages about it. So I'd be curious, for those of you who go to 5 places, or maybe not necessarily even if you go to 5, but even if you're on the basic plan, how many places, if you could go, how many places would you like to go? Like, is it if you're limited by 5, is it like 6? Is it 8? Like, how many places would you actually like to go live to without it being like crazy? Because I think it's anything over 10 seems a bit, maybe not 10. Anything over maybe like 12 seems kind of crazy to me to be able to manage that many different destinations effectively, where it's like, okay, I'm actually paying attention to all these different things. But that's just me. Maybe I'm being judgmental. But let us know what's your ideal number. Like even if you are on basic, which only allows you to go to 2, what would be your sort of number that made you satisfied? Would it be 3? Would it be 5 like the professional? Let us know.
Yeah, are you good with 2? Is 1 enough? Yeah, 10's a lot.
It seems
like
pretty
even, 4 or 5, it's quite a few. But I get it. Yeah, if you want to be on, especially like 6, maybe 7, if you want to be on 6 or 7 different platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy says 10 simulcast spots. Good to know. Joe says basic plan. I need 3. That's why I'm using Restream. That's useful to know as well. Thank you. Kateri says 2 to 3 is enough. Dinar says the upload limit needs to be raised. I keep having to delete one to upload another. Do you know what
that might be for overlays or green screen or avatars or something. I don't think that's multi-streaming.
Yeah, let us know what you're referring to there, Dinar. I'm not actually 100% sure. Brody's excited for hotkeys. Yeah, I do think that'll be a good addition, especially so you can sort of maintain the eye contact while you make changes. Oh, thanks, McKay. This is why McKay wanted the disable audio processing for like a global option. Technically challenged guests with decent equipment. One less thing to confuse them. They are nervous enough. Fair enough. I understand that. Natural curiosity question. Do you have anyone who could troubleshoot an audio issue I'm having? I have tried earbuds, ATR 2100, and PC audio, and it's driving me crazy. Best place, natural curiosity, is StreamYard.com/contact, and we have a little bug there where you can talk to us directly, and we can help you troubleshoot whatever issue it is that you're having. Joe says, how about a waiting room so I can have a screen up and I can chat with guest/co-host? So do you mean like before you go live, Joe? Or do you mean sort of like a vetting area? I mean, I'm not. What's your interpretation of that, Dan?
I'm not sure on that one. One of the 2 that you just said. So you can definitely bring people in before you go live and chat with them and screen share and kind of prepare and then click go live. But yeah, if you're thinking while you're live, then yeah, maybe as a co-host that wants to vet people before they come in. So maybe let us know, Joe.
Sounds good. GSHL volume control on guests would be great to keep the audio tight. It's definitely something that we're looking into. Kateri says, for those who need donations, have your subscribers send it to your PayPal account. At least you get everything they send you. Yeah, that's a good point. Then you don't have to worry about people taking a percentage. They can just go straight to your PayPal link. I know Patreons also, they do take a percentage, but I know lots of people use StreamYard in combination with Patreon, where they'll sort of just do an unlisted YouTube broadcast for their Patreon subscribers, which is another nice way to monetize outside of just like having a product that you're selling or a service or something like that. Yes, we are indeed Canadians. Recording wants a StreamYard shirt. Yeah, I'm excited how much people like the StreamYard logo. I was a bit nervous if people would get behind the duck, but it sounds like people were a fan of it. So we definitely like that.
Yeah, maybe at some point we'll have some merch.
I think that'd be cool. Thanks for tuning in, Video James. Okay, Joe says, yeah, so when you go live, have a screen up, bring them in while I'm live. Oh, I think I understand. So basically you can chat with your guests without the audience hearing it. That might take some thinking for us to figure out, but that's good feedback. Good to know. Yeah,
that'd be tricky.
Yeah. Ken, thanks for tuning in. It might have to be like have some sort of option that was like an output mute button or something. So it's like no audio is going up.
Yeah, or maybe if you just need to be able, like maybe if you're on screen the whole time and you just need to be able to hear your guests, right? Because you can't hear the guests till you bring them in. Like maybe that's what he's looking for.
Yeah.
You can click on the guest to turn their mic on, but it's not in the stream, just you hear it.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
April says he's talking about the number of overlays you can have overall. Okay. What's the actual limit there, Dan?
Can't remember.
I thought it was pretty high, but yeah.
I'm actually curious. So a follow-up question for this, if you're running into the limit, is it because of videos or images? And if it's images, what type of images are they actual, what I would consider overlays, where it's, kind of a 1280 by 720 transparent image with just like a little,
like that.
Yeah, exactly. Is it like that,
or is like this?
Yeah, full screen images. Like, do you have 30 of those? So maybe let us know the answer, because we're working on a few different things that might sort of solve that without even changing the limit. But yeah, no, or we're not averse to just increasing the limit as well. But super useful to know what the actual reason that you're hitting that limit is.
Yeah, let us know. Next subject I wanted to quickly touch on, because it's become an option on certain platforms, is targeting. If, like, say you had the option when you created a live stream to say, like, hey, just show this live stream in Chicago, or just show this live stream in Mexico. Is that something you would use? Would that be useful to you? I'd imagine that a lot of people here probably just want it to go to who's ever following their page. But I know for companies, especially if you support multiple languages, if you're doing a webinar in Portuguese, you probably don't want that going to the US and Canada. You probably just want that going to countries where they speak Portuguese. So I'm just curious if any of you would actually find that option useful. Let us know. There are some users of ours that I could see it being beneficial. Like maybe if you're a realtor, only wanting to having it go live in a certain city would be kind of cool. Or maybe you're promoting a concert or something. There might be some unique situations that I'm not thinking of. So let me know.
Cool. Yeah. You're saying LinkedIn is they have that? Or
I don't know if I'm actually supposed to mention it or not, but Facebook has Facebook has the option to do it.
Okay.
Edge support is coming soon, so that's like Microsoft's new version of Internet Explorer. If you don't know what that is, I think there's not much work for us to do on our part. We just sort of have to make some final tweaks, and then you should be able to use Edge, which I know a lot of people like Edge. It's the default browser on Windows 10, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, so basically, Edge is now very similar to Chrome.
Yeah, they both run on Chromium. Anna says, love StreamYard, great features, make me look more professional. Great to hear.
Right on.
Spectrum says, not an issue for me, no specific targeting needed. Good to know. Ken also is global. Jason says, thank you guys for offering this panel. Yeah, absolutely. We're happy to do it. It's really cool. It's like sometimes it's hard to have like a channel where you can communicate with people using your product. So it's awesome to just have sort of like this live scenario where we get real-time feedback on everything. So we definitely enjoy it. Joe says, I host a show with an intro and exit overlay. When I have the video on, I can't communicate with my co-hosts or guests. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, got it.
So like while it's playing, just have a quick chat, I guess. Andy says, I need to fly the StreamYard duck colors. Or do Canadians spell colors differently?
We do.
O-U-R-S, yeah.
We do spell it differently. That's good. Yeah, British spelling.
Ken says, any new releases this week? Not really. We did make the sticky banners update, but that was pretty small. We do have some really exciting things coming soon. Might be as soon as next week, so stay tuned for that I think people will be excited about.
Yeah, a lot of big ones coming down the pipeline fairly soon. Not those ones won't be next week, but a couple weeks maybe.
Thanks for the clarification, Joe. Dave says, hello, everyone. I just got here so you can start over.
Welcome to the
Will, thanks for tuning in. Michael says, yes, please, what David Sheeb says. I missed that comment, so I'll have to go back and find it. The last subject I wanted to touch on was kind of exciting, is Microsoft released their Q2 report, and it was very positive results for LinkedIn. It's growing really fast. They grew 25% in revenue and in engagement, which is pretty awesome. So if you're not on LinkedIn Live, you might want to apply and try to get access, because it's a pretty exciting platform to be on. I'm a huge fan of LinkedIn Live. And if you're wondering how to get access, they want people that are active on LinkedIn. So if you maybe applied and weren't accepted, start being active on LinkedIn. Start creating content regularly, start posting videos there, and make sure you're going live on other platforms as well. And then after doing that for a bit of time, apply again, and you might get the green light. So make sure you stick with it. And you can find that application. If you just type in LinkedIn Live application in Google, it's like the first thing that pops up. Let's see if we have any. If you guys have any final questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap things up pretty soon here. Andy says, still no live. I've applied 3 times. Hopefully soon, Andy. If all else, I've heard of some people getting access after like even more applications than that. So just make sure you keep active, and hopefully at some point.
They are definitely letting people through though. So in time.
Jason, thanks for the kind words. Steve says, I'd be interested in more options for single event access, live streaming access to a paid in-person event. That sounds interesting. Do you think he means sort of like a webinar type thing, Dan? Is that?
That was my thought, or some sort of like Patreon thing where like, these people have paid for this event, or yeah, like any kind of, I'm picturing like a live sporting event, but it'd be the equivalent of not sports, just you giving information or content. Yeah. So we obviously don't have anything built in. You can do that.
Like unlisted YouTube videos?
Yeah, like if you have your own website set up where you're basically, you have some kind of membership website or something, you could embed an unlisted YouTube video in your website and then stream to that. I get that that's not the easiest thing in the world, but it is possible to do.
I would be curious how many people would be interested in that, like if in sort of a self-hosting option, like the ability to like go from StreamYard straight to your own, wouldn't even necessarily have to be your own website, but basically, would you be interested in using StreamYard as a webinar product? I'd be curious if that would be useful to you, or if you're happy with your current setup.
Yeah, and is it ideal, like if your viewers are they on StreamYard, or are they just like it's embeddable and you can kind of put it wherever you want?
Joe says, I run my entire network through StreamYard, turned to you guys nearly a year ago and haven't looked back. Thanks, guys. Improvements have been awesome. Can't wait to move into my new studio in a couple months and use the green screen feature. Thanks so much, Joe. That's very nice of you. Hope the new studio is awesome. Ken Wall's longer videos. Yes, we're looking into that. Gizzard Gary says, not to sound like a brokered record, but we need more than 6 panelists, 9 perhaps. That's definitely up there on the feature request feature request list. So it's on our minds. So don't worry about. Well, you can worry about that, but it's on our agenda.
You're definitely aware of that.
Yeah. Joker's Nation says, what about private links so you only have who you want backstage and to keep trolls from getting on panel and then flashing nudity? That was not good. I wouldn't share the link out publicly, so I always recommend to people to only share the link with people you trust, because no matter what vetting you have, that's always going to be, unless you actually know and trust the person, that's always going to be a risk. You could have all kinds of different features. If you're having random people join the stream, they could do something crazy at any point. So that's sort of the risk you run. We did add the studio moderation feature, so that should help quite a bit. So there's a kick option at any point. You can kick people out of the studio and even ban them based on their social account. So I would recommend using that. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a solution. If you have random people on screen, they could just randomly put something on screen. So I'd make sure you know and vet every person that you invite into the broadcast.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, number one is just the links aren't public in the sense that people can't just find them. You have to actually share it. If you don't share it,
yeah, they'll never be able to join.
Yeah. I know that's part of some people's shows. They want to share it publicly, so gotta balance the risks.
There he says Edge plus Chromium, Credge. There's a lot of browsers that are like that now.
I don't mind that.
Opera's like that. Brave, I think, is based on Chromium as well.
Most of them are. Yeah, like DuckDuckGo has a browser. Pretty much everything except Safari and Firefox now, I think.
Yeah, there's not too many browsers anymore. All right, I think we've covered all the subjects. If there's anything we didn't get to, let us know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get to it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This was episode number 57 of the StreamYard Live town hall, and we will see you guys next week at the same time.
Cool. See you guys.